Girls here. Thanks for coming on today's episode. This week, like every week, I'll be talking about natural living and healthy tips that will get you to rethink how you live and what products or habits you can easily change to better your life. So let's get started. Hey, Urban Wisdom fans, and welcome to another great week. Well, this week I wanted to try something different. We have a cow and we make our own butter, but then we freeze the butter. And I just wanted to try different ways that we could store butter just on the shelf instead of having it in the refrigerator or having it in the freezer, just so it would keep longer. So our topic today is how to make ghee. Now, Wellness Mama said it best when she explained in technical terms, ghee is a clarified, unsalted butter with the milk proteins removed. It has a high smoke point, making it perfect for cooking and an incredible flavor. Many people who cannot tolerate dairy can handle ghee, and it is a revered food in Indian cuisine. Now, as a person who is on a restrictive diet, ghee is also something you can take if you have Hashimoto's, thyroid problems, or on a no sugar, gluten-free, no soy, no dairy diet. Homemade ghee stores on the shelf without refrigeration for up to 6 months, possibly longer. If you store it in a cool, dark area or the fridge, you can store it for longer periods, but refrigeration is unnecessary. Now, the flavor of ghee is different than regular butter. It has a smoky type flavor, perfect for spreading on potatoes, bread, or melting for cooking. Are you guys ready? Let's start. So the ingredients is really simple. You want 2 pounds of butter. You can go to heatherearls.com/homemade butter. If you want to learn how to make your own butter, that's just what I use because I guess that's what we use forever. I haven't bought store-bought butter in a long time. But you guys, if you don't have homemade butter and you don't want to make your own, buying store-bought is just fine, and you don't have to buy the most expensive brands either, just a regular brand and get unsalted. Now, I say unsalted, but I have tried it with salt and without, and both the flavors are fine to me. There's just a little bit of difference. So maybe start with the unsalted and see how you like it. Now, the items, you want a cheesecloth, a funnel, a glass jar. A pint size will hold about 2 pounds of butter, just so you know. A glass Pyrex baking dish. Now, the size doesn't really matter. And then you want a ladle, which is optional, and I'll explain why. So for the directions of homemade ghee, you want to turn your oven to 250 degrees. Now, take your choice butter and place it in a baking dish. When the oven is ready, place the dish in the oven. Now set your timer for 1 hour. At this point, I check the butter, but usually I need to leave it in for another 15 to 20 minutes. Now, you will know the ghee is done when there is a brown but not burnt crust on the top. You will also notice the milk solids at the bottom of the dish. This is the reason it's a good idea to use a glass pan so you can see them. Now, sometimes the crust on top is all connected and sometimes it breaks up. Either way, at this point, you can ladle the crust off or simply pick up the dish using hot pads and pour it into the prepped glass jar, which has the cheesecloth and funnel ready. Now, you will notice the milk solids in the bottom of the cheesecloth after the ghee has been poured through. You can feed these to your animals or discard them. Now, and guys, go to heatherearls.com/ghee, and I'm going to show you pictures on every step. It's going to show you what it looks like when that crust is supposed to be there. The only thing is you need to make sure that the milk solids on the bottom have cooked enough that they will catch in the cheesecloth. If you don't cook it enough, they're going to strain through the cheesecloth, defeating the purpose of of making ghee. So you guys, when you pour it through the cheesecloth, again, take those out and discard them, and then you'll see what ghee looks like. Again, go to my blog, heatherearls.com/ghee, and I show you what it looks like when it's hot. And then you can put it in the refrigerator to cool. You can set it in a cool, dry place right away. I just put it on my shelf where I normally store it, and then it will lighten in color, obviously, as it cools. So all that's left to do is to taste and use your ghee. And you guys, let me know what you think of the flavor, or if you find a different way of making it as far as another tip. I always love to hear what you guys are doing or how you're using the recipes I send out. So until next time, you guys, stay healthy and free. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Urban Wisdom and Natural Living. Tune in next week where I'll broadcast live every Monday morning at 8 a.m. If you miss it live, hold those tears and head on over to my blog, which is heatherearles.com. That's Heather, EARLES.com. There you can have 24/7 access, or right here on iTunes. If you want to follow me on social media, you'll find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. Have a healthy week.